Well, Mama told me when I was young, said sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Or take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come and they will pass. You'll find a woman and you'll find love. And don't forget that there is a someone up above. And be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can. Get your lust from the rich man's gold. All that you need now is in your soul. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want from you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Oh, don't you worry, you'll find yourself. Follow your heart and nothing else. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want from you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? So baby, be a simple man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can?
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Y Chromes, and especially a welcome to those who may be watching Daily Herald while this show is going on and have decided to come over to the dark side. And that's not just because two out of the
watch out.
How you gentlemen doing today?
Doing good.
Great, man. I'm a little worried about Alpha because last night on DEF CON 0, he mentioned all the shows he had this week and left off Y Chrome. So, you know, maybe he forgot he even has the show.
I didn't tell you guys? Yeah,
he said, fuck it.
Oh, nice.
He said after him and JB got into it on Thursday, he's like, I'm out.
JB, you won.
No, he said that
he definitely
nigga,
did not win.
No, I definitely whooped that ass. I whooped that
You
ass.
did
Come
not
on.
whoop that
Give it
ass.
up. Give it up.
You
Give
did
it up.
not whoop that ass. No, I don't know where Alpha is. He's just being Alpha, doing Alpha things. He shows up whenever he wants. He does, he's his own guy. He's his own guy.
I think his babies are jealous, and they know this is showtime.
Yeah. They're also they're his little girls too. You can't take dad away from little girls when they want to play or whatever.
They got to be number one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's probably looking at his watch. He's like, "Oh shit,
yep.
I got a show. I'm supposed to be on
a show."
His
coffee. He's getting coffee right now.
Is today the Minority Report? Adam Carpenter. Okay.
Adam.
Minority.
Baby.
Wow. So this is what it feels like to be a minority.
Yes.
Yep. Welcome to the club, baby.
The only white guy on the panel. What the fuck? Well, I mean, even when Alpha's here, technically, I'm the only white guy. Because, but
he's a white Mexican,
he is.
Alpha likes to play both sides. Like we as black people, it doesn't matter how we sound, whatever. We always got that skin tone. But Alpha can pass every once in a while when he goes places. He keeps his mouth shut.
Just don't ask him to say Venezuela or Valentine's Day. Or what was the other one that he's really bad at? Umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Can't say umbilical. He doesn't say umbilical. He says umbilical. Yeah. So
that's that Latin heat.
Alpha, hurry up and show up so we can stop making fun of you. For those that are relatively new to the show or don't usually come over until after 2:00 when John's ending and raids us, welcome to the show of degeneracy, debauchery, and absolutely full of male nonsense. And today we will not disappoint. But let's go ahead and jump into our sponsors, guys. First up, it is officially a new era for gold and silver. Gold has broken $5,000 an ounce and silver surged past $100. In 2025 alone, gold jumped 64%, while silver skyrocketed 150%. And with political and economic uncertainty ahead, 2026 could bring even bigger moves. After such a historic run, a pullback is normal. Metals move fast, and so some consolidation is expected, but top analysts are calling for even higher prices. We've seen the first bank failure of 2026 with regulators shutting down Metropolitan Capital Bank and Trust in Chicago. Could more follow? It's no surprise Americans are pulling money from banks and turning to the proven protection of gold and silver. Big news, Goldco is celebrating America's 250th anniversary with a limited time bonus. Get up to 10% free gold or silver, plus free storage and a free home safe with a qualifying cash purchase. This offer won't last, so act now. Are we seeing the early signs of another 2008 style crisis? Don't wait for the next shoe to drop. Protect your wealth and precious metals, because in uncertain times, gold and silver shines brightest. Visit badlandsgold.com today for your free 2026 gold and silver kit and bonus buy. Again, check them out at badlandsgold.com. All right. And then let's jump over to our friends at Unicity.
But this is all I've been drinking since last Friday. Don't drink coffee anymore. And I feel more focused since I've been taking it. It's been amazing. And so I would encourage you guys to try it out. This might be my new favorite thing.
And it might be your favorite thing too. I want to talk about today's sponsor, something that's totally changing lives. If you're dealing with low energy, stubborn belly fat, high blood pressure, or cholesterol, you're not alone. Did you know 9 out of 10 adults have these metabolic issues, and they can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and even gut issues that mess with your mood and your weight? That is where Feel Great comes in. A simple 2-step daily practice that's changing lives. More energy, no cravings, clearer thinking, and no more stubborn belly fat. Imagine waking up ready to crush the day and shed a few stubborn pounds without crazy dieting. If you want to feel great and support the show, head on over to badlandshealth.com and lock in $70 off today and all future orders, plus a 90-day money-back guarantee. Again, check it out at badlandshealth.com. Trust me, your future self will thank you. All right. And then still no alpha. What a freaking shocker, man. All right. Well, let's get into the show. Where you guys want to go first? You want to do our superhero beatdown, or you want to do our survival tip to start?
Let's do survival tips, just in case Alpha gets in for the beatdown one.
he is the superhero beatdown today. He is Wonder Woman, and no. What's the puniest superhero?
Ant-Man. I don't know.
Ant-Man's pretty badass though.
I know, but I'm just saying because he drops down to like the microscopic level. Shit, that's a good question, man. Do the survival tip. I'll think about it.
How about all right, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump in. And this is coming from Wild Boy RIL on Facebook and all other social media platforms. And this is a very important tip on how to make a long-lasting torch. So when you're at night, you can see.
All right, gang, let's build an all-natural torch using only 2 natural materials. Let's get into it. First, we're going to need a stick about 3 to 4 feet, about 1 inch to 2 inches in diameter. Next, we're going to need some fat wood. And we're going to get this fat wood from a knot on this felled pine tree. So I'm going to cut right at the base of this knot. Fat wood is simply dried wood that's full of resin and is really flammable. Yeah, that's what we're looking for right there. You see that amber looking color right there? That's exactly what we're looking for. That's the fat wood. Now we're going to take our fat wood and we're going to process it down. We're going to just take all the dead, rotten stuff off the outside of it. And this is what we want to be left with. So next, what you want to do is you're going to cut you some cross slits into your handle. You want to go down maybe a couple inches. You want to slide you a little stick in there just so it'll stay open. You do the same thing in the other direction. What you want to do is you want to take your fat wood, you want to stick it right off inside that crease. And now you want to beat it down. To where it's in there nice and tight. You want to take your saw blade and you want to score this. This is going to act as my fire starter. So we're going to take our flashlight. We're going to get it started. Now this torch will probably last you anywhere from an hour to maybe an hour and a half. It's also windproof. All right, gang. As always, if you learn something, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you share it with a friend. Wow.
All right. So Wild Boy RIL, how to make a torch. It's actually relatively simple, man. 2 sticks, one of them a little bit dead. You know, you got to have a saw. You got to have a means of igniting the fire, which, by the way, he also has a cool video where he takes a battery and like a stick of gum, take the foil off the stick of gum, strip it down, and then, you know, wearing gloves, put it on the top and bottom of the battery and hold it over your you know, fodder or kindling, and boom, light that right up. So if you don't have the flashlight like he has right there, how to make a torch. Yeah, D-Dale, what kind of flashlight is that? That's a good question. He doesn't say what kind it is, but there are survival flashlights out there that you can, if you look up a flashlight with an igniter, they have them with both the electric igniter like that and also with a Flintstone on it where you can, you know, do the old fashioned way as well. Bama Bitch says, I love this guy's videos. Yeah, he's a great follow if you're into that kind of thing. So I would definitely check out his video. So there we go. We've got how to start a fire. We've got how to start a torch, you know, make a torch, how to purify water, tourniquets, and triaging, you know, wounds like that. What should we do next, man?
Food. We got to find foraging for food.
You know what? Last week we didn't do it, and I was actually going to go over snare traps, how to make snare traps. So we'll do that for next week, and that will be at least the small game portion of the food. Yeah. So there we go. Matthew Trump says, why do I feel like finding fat wood would be harder than I think when it really it'll definitely be harder than you think. Maybe.
Don't get those blue pills. Use some natural stuff to get that fat wood.
All right, so we still ain't got no alpha, and he hasn't texted any of us to tell us why he is not here. So it is what it is, man. All right. So for those of you that are new, we do a survival segment and then we do a superhero beatdown. Not always in that order, especially since football season's not here and we can't kill 50 minutes of a show talking about the week in review. But
we could talk about the combine, but that gets boring to me, to be honest. Like I'll watch a couple highlights. I'm like, nah, these dudes are fast as fuck, they're strong as fuck. That's about it. Let's keep it moving.
Bro, I was just in the Villages this weekend visiting my mom for her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Today's her actual birthday. Dude, my wife, my mom was asking, like, she gives me her phone. She's like, put in how to watch your shows. And I'm like, and I'm showing her, like, okay, boomer, I'm showing her, right? Like on Rumble. And she knows how to do it on the TV, but not on her phone.
Yeah.
So I'm showing her. And then she goes to Christy, you do the same. And she's like, well, I do the show on Monday after, Brian's show. And I'm like, no. And she's like, after Brian does Y Chromes. I'm like, no. I don't want my mom watching this show. Not that it's that bad. Jackie says, leave Mom alone. She's a saint. My mom is a saint. My mom is the nicest person. Yeah. But anyways, there was a point.
Wait. She'd be horrified by your antics? I mean, what are you saying?
JB, come on now.
Nah,
we're on the show.
Nah, she wouldn't be horrified.
I mean, this is his mother. She knows him.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Stop. What was that old saying? Like, every guy, every person has to remember that their mom was 20 one time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, JB was harping on that one episode. I don't want to go back down that path.
What happened?
We were talking about how moms are still women too. You're like, hey, they're ladies too.
Damn
like,
right.
JB, stop it.
Damn right. I'm just saying.
Wait. It says stop. Don't joke about your. I'm not joking.
I'm not joking about her at all.
I'm just saying I don't want her watching the show.
You know what? It's probably the okay boomer part that people got offended by because we got some boomers in the chat.
Maybe. I mean, if you're asking me how to use Rumble or YouTube, then I mean, I'm sorry, but you're gonna get that title. I'm sorry.
I mean, they were young when the internet started, man. Like they were in their at least their 30s, probably 30s, 40s.
Okay. I am of that group, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Go easy.
JB,
go easy.
But JB, you know how to set up a camera. You got your mic working today. You're good, bro. You're good.
Man, JB be texting me like, Brian, how do I get this going? How do I do this? No, so that's actually like a really like interesting thing. Like JB, your generation has probably seen broadly the greatest advancements in the history of mankind.
I agree. And we remember the spread. It's incredible from when you were a kid because things change so rapidly and so fundamentally. It's incredible.
I mean, when JB was growing up, they still like tied letters to pigeons and like threw them up in the air.
They still had a telegraph.
I just remember, like my parents, and this is the thing, you do the one little generation back and it's like, yeah, they were riding into town.
Yeah.
Horse-drawn, carriage. They were riding into town. Like, oh, wow.
Well, especially you grew up around Alachua County, right?
Jacksonville.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know as much about I know Alachua was definitely way back in time. Like they're not up to speed still today outside.
And so what I actually grew up in was the suburb outside of Jacksonville, and we lived on a dirt road, and so we had to walk to the top of the road to get our mail. Okay, so it was fairly rural, even though it was a suburb. This is how much things changed because the growth in Florida was incredible, and so it just kept iterating. And yeah, man, integration was during my school years. So, from second grade, second grade was the last year I went to a 6-room schoolhouse, 1 room for each grade, all black. And then we integrated in my 3rd grade year. And that was fascinating. So
one of the things, JB, that I thought was fascinating, and I think this was at GART when you did the one-on-one with John. One of the things that I heard is because you went through that, Brown versus Board of Education and the desegregation of schools and everything. And One of the things I found that was really fascinating was that even after that desegregation, when people are like, oh yeah, there's still rampant racism and all, you were the class president.
Yeah. I mean, I had dinner in Tallahassee. I think posted this on Facebook somewhere, but I was having dinner Friday night in Tallahassee with a close personal friend, a North Carolina boy, and I was telling him about where I grew up and that it was just incredibly idyllic, and it was. And he was taking issue with it, because I mean there was all kinds of racial stuff going on around the country, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, including in Florida. But yeah, we had relatively little of that shit. And yeah, my older brother was class president. My younger brother was class president. And this is at a school that's 95% white. So it was a phenomenal town. I just can't explain to you how phenomenal it was, but it was. And, there were all kinds of issues. It's not like it was perfect. It wasn't like there wasn't occasional, black, white shit. But all in all, just phenomenal.
When there was occasional black, white shit, was it like to the core racist, or was it just like something happened that sparked a moment of like animosity between the two? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. And it was a little bit of both, of course, because you definitely had your share of what would I say, unreconstructed white boys, who had a certain mindset, a certain thought process, and might be a little envious about this, that, or the other, or just didn't like the mixing and the mingling. Now, remember in the chat where I gave a comment, I don't remember what we were talking about. Somebody asked a question and I was talking about, it was why is there so much black on black crime? But the Black American population is the most insecure population in this country. And what you wind up getting, and I think you even saw a little bit of it at the Jesse Jackson funeral, these motherfuckers will not let certain shit go. And they see racism everywhere when it's average, ordinary shit that's happening, but you can't tell them that's average, ordinary shit that everybody has to deal with. So, yeah, you're gonna get this kind of a mix. And when you're growing up in an area where it's, again, I'm back to my little crackers and niggers and crackers. Everybody knew this. All the crackers knew. We as niggers were sitting around talking some shit about crackers, and they were doing the same. This is just the way shit was. And of course, it happens to this day still in its own little way. So that's human beings being human beings on a certain level. That's just all there is when you've got a mix of populations. It's like Italians in New York talking shit about the Irish, and the WASP are talking shit about all of them, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cam, you look like you want to say something.
Oh yeah, for sure. So JB, one thing I'm asking you, and more so because I wasn't around for that time period, but I have a lot of family that's lived all over the place, and I would say that, wouldn't you say that where you lived was definitely an outlier though in that first time period? Because my parents grew up in rural Arkansas, and I had family that was in Virginia. I had family basically all over the South, a few up north, and their experience was very different than yours. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Now, here's one bias, and you can make of it what you will. Florida people will tell you Florida's different. And on a certain level, Florida was different because so many people were moving in from all over the place, many from other parts of the South. People think it's just New York, New Jersey. No. Hell of a lot of people were moving to Florida from the South. But it was just an incredible mix. What I think made my little town particularly idyllic was we were so close to the Navy base. So you didn't just have populations moving to Jacksonville. You had service members coming from all over the place. And I think like at my high school, there probably were, because it was a booming suburb of Jacksonville, many people, white people, running from desegregation in Jacksonville, because there was I just think, boy, we could have probably stories about how this transition happened all across the South. because there was the decision, then there was the desegregation, and then all kinds of neighborhoods started transitioning from majority white to majority black. And X number of white people said, yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here. And so they moved down like to my suburb, my county. And so, yeah, it wasn't that the move was, and this is the thing about the South that people, I think, just don't get, you know, the caricature. It wasn't that they were running from black people because they hate black people. It was a very difficult time, and there was a lot of shit going on, and now you got to deal with conflict, and it's like you just want to fucking come home and not be bothered and not be worried about shit. And so you then had media pimping up division like we see now. And so I just, a lot of people don't get that kind of part of the South. But listen, to your point, Cam, my wife is from Carolina, okay, South Carolina. And she grew up, I think, in a county that may have been 80% black. She went to an HBCU, South Carolina State, and there had been like a shooting and some black kids were killed. I mean, they had real racial division, far more than I experienced. And, you know, of course, I didn't go to FAM in college. I went to UF. So I'm in a majority white environment yet again. And so I think if I had gone to FAM, there might be a different story that I'd be telling. There might be some stuff that was happening in Tallahassee, you know, bus boycotts and all this other kind of stuff. But hey, that's not my history.
Yeah. Real quick, the only reason I brought that up was because I think that because the difference between where you grew up and where like my parents grew up, where your wife grew up, there's obviously even more animosity from the people that grew up in those areas versus where you grew up. But I think the thing still holds true that people just can't let shit go. They see it as what they saw growing up. And what I'm saying is you started at the 50-yard line, they started at the goal line. So when they got to the 50-yard line, they're like, all right, we made a bunch of progress. And then when they see something, they start going back to the goal line. They start backing up because they're just like, whoa, hold on a minute. This reminds me of when I was at the 20-yard line, when I was at the 30-yard line. And I'm like, Mom, Dad, like 1990, I was born. You guys had me in an area that was like JB's area, but in the 90s, like I can't go back past the 80 or not the 80. I can't go past the other team's like 20-yard line. Like I'm in the red zone, bro. Like I'm not going back. And so every time they try to tell me a story that like, they're like, oh, this happening today reminds me of when I was a child. I'm like, that's apples to fucking like.
And Cam, I know you've seen this because man, they can be really quick to slip back into these motherfucking crackers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my parents don't use that word, but like it's the same sentiment. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing, and it's only specific moments because they both are college educated. My dad went through medical school, although he dealt with racism in medical school, which is a whole another story for another day. But yeah, man, it's crazy how quickly they slip back, and I'm just like, if you want the progress that you've been fighting for, that people legitimately fought for from the Civil War on, like to the Civil Rights Movement. You can't go back because when you go back, you're shitting on everything that they've done, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the mindset of the country. This is what I try to say to people: is like, look, we're lucky as fuck to be in this country, and the mindset of the country is to think forward. You're not dwelling on the shit from the past. You're not getting in the mud. You're thinking forward. That's what this country does, and we've never. And Cam, I know you know this. I know you people know this. We've never had as much opportunity as we have right fucking now.
There was a black president, even though he was a piece of shit. We had a black president. Like you get what I'm saying? Like the fact that his bitch ass got to be the president, just let you know, like, bro, anybody can sell out these days. Everybody's gonna sell out.
And then that punk motherfucker goes to the Jesse Jackson funeral and does punk motherfucker shit.
Yeah, like he didn't grow up in a nice area in Hawaii. And come on now.
But so going back to the original point that kind of kicked that off is, you know, JB mentioned the dirt road leading up to his home and people legitimately when he was a kid and when his parents were younger, especially still riding around on horses. And then JB, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you went to Deadwood, you took your self-driving Tesla to Deadwood.
Yes. phenomenal.
I mean, dude, what a freaking
change. Yeah, and think about it. I mean, you got people still right now clueless about the incredible technological change we are living through right now, because you talk about what I've experienced during the course of my life, but my God, the leap that we're getting ready to make and we're actually making right now is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yep.
And we're living through it.
100%. All right, let's get into the superhero beatdown. By the way, I got an update from Alpha. He will be here shortly. He had an issue with the little ends, and I'm sure he'll tell the story. It's probably going to be way cooler coming from him than from us. So on today's superhero battle, we've got an interesting one. We've got, making his second return to the show, Darth Vader versus Gandalf.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm ready for this one.
Some Lord of the Rings. So what are our predictions? Gandalf versus Lord Vader. Is Gandalf the gray, it appears, not the white.
Gandalf the gray.
Yeah.
Although
If it's
Gandalf the gray, it should be. If it's Gandalf the gray, it should be Darth Vader. But I'm still gonna go with Gandalf. I'm going with Gandalf. Sorry, Brian.
And JB's like, who the fuck is Gandalf? JB's frozen right now, so
his face is frozen, but I can hear him.
When I change, I want to read the chat, and it's like, damn it, for some reason.
Use your phone to monitor that.
You think he can see his phone? That little thing?
JB, you can see the chat in StreamYard, right? No, stop. You can see the chat in StreamYard, right?
In StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Comments.
How the fuck do I see the chat?
Top right. Comments.
On the top right. Go to comments.
Bullshit.
Bro, you haven't known this whole time? Oh, bro, your life has changed.
See?
Welcome to 2026, baby.
Bitch.
This is when you call them boomers, and it's like, guys.
You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers.
We knew this whole time, nigga. We knew.
Damn, JB. Trying to help you, bro.
I keep trying to tell you, I'm 66, motherfucker.
All right, guys. This is Vader versus Gandalf from Bat in the Sun on YouTube. A great channel, tons of content if you're into superhero stuff for sure. And here we go. Oh, it just dawned on me we did not get JB's prediction because he was frozen. Gandalf or Vader?
I hate these fucking segments, man.
I knew you did.
You don't know any of them.
It's like
I think I know who Darth Vader is.
I know Gandalf, motherfucker. I know that. I'm going with Gandalf.
I just think it's gay. You just think it's gay.
All right, here we go.
Come along. We must make haste. Stay behind me. I am Lord Vader, and I have come for the ring. You shall not pass! Run!
Looks like Tiny Bright.
That's right.
Force of truth, show this dark lord his true nature.
Your eyes do not deceive you.
You are a fool, wizard. Your sorcery does not compare to the power of the dark side.
That is irrelevant in this moment. The One Ring is more powerful than even you. To wield this power means you are willing to destroy any good that is left inside of you. Can you do that?
Your power is weak, old wizard. Your magic betrayed you. I know young Anakin's tactics.
One's greatest enemy is thyself. You have too many demons to possess the ring.
Your master is defeated. Now, hand me the ring.
One ring to rule them all. Bro, his fucking walking stick was stronger than Beskar, dude. He's like,
that blew my mind. I was like, get the fuck out of that stick, can't stop that. Then I thought about it. That's concept's cool though. The fact that he turned into young Anakin.
That's badass. I don't know about young Anakin, but definitely Anakin.
Yeah. Younger
Anakin. Alpha, you missed it, bro.
I was listening.
You missed it. Gandalf versus Vader.
No, I was listening to it. And what's the little midget dude's name?
Frodo.
Frodo went out like a little bitch in the end.
Didn't he?
Frodo went out like a bitch, bro.
What's he gonna do though?
Put the ring on, bro.
Try it.
He should have put the ring on because then he'll disappear. Vader couldn't have seen him, and then he would end up somewhere else. That was a bitch move.
Vader would have just like thrown his lightsaber around the whole realm that he was in, and he would have just chopped Frodo down.
Cool, whatever, man. At least go out like a hero, bro. Fucking pussy.
Instead of being a bitch. I mean, Vader with the ring. I mean, ooh, cool. Now he can disappear. Like, really? If you're Vader, you don't need to disappear. You just stand there and fucking rage on everybody. Kill everybody, man. I don't know. The reason I like that one so much is because there's like this ongoing battle between Lord of the Ring nerds and Star Wars legends. And Lord of the Rings nerds are exactly that compared to Star Wars. And Star
Wars. Clerks too. We watched that clip.
Yep. I just made fun of Star Wars or Lord of the Rings so hard I made some Tolkien freak puke.
And you guys look the same to like the rest of society.
That's what JB's thinking. Wait, real quick though. When I was in New Zealand, they filmed the Lord of the Rings in New Zealand. So I don't know if people remember, but in the movie, there's like a passage where they hide underneath. There's like a covering. The horses run by, whatever. When I was over there, I was watching the news, and somebody dumped a dead body under there. Like that's like a hiding place that they put dead bodies because it's just like a normal pathway along a road. Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. Like literally, they showed the body bag, and I was like, "What the fuck is the news over here?" They're like, "See, dead body right there." I'm like, New Zealand's fucking wild, bro.
So, Alpha, you are only 38 minutes late this time.
Bro, y'all don't even know what I was dealing with.
Come on.
As long as everyone's healthy, we want to hear it.
Yeah, everybody's healthy. So my 5-year-old, she's been dealing with a little bug. And I tell her, hey, go brush your teeth. Because, I have the routine that I do before the show starts. And I just hear, Daddy. So it's you run in there, right? Like it's that kind of scream. And I look, and there's like blood in the sink, right? So I'm thinking like she pulled her tooth out or something, and she's like, my nose. So there's like blood coming out of her right little nostril. She had a nosebleed. It's on her sleeve. She's panicking. It's just because she's been blowing and probably picking. She shouldn't do that. And so finally got there, but she was just freaked out because this is her first one. She's never had one before. And so cleaning it up, right? But in her panic, like she got it on her little step stool. She got it on the floor, right? The smaller one's just looking like, the hell's coming out my sister's face, right? And so I'm cleaning her up. And then the little one decides that, she's trying to be a little helper. She grabs a towel off my thing, drops it on there, right? Makes me a bigger mess. So I'm like, so finally I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, baby, like you're fine. Let's pinch your nose. So I started for her. I pinched her nose, had her put her head back. And I'm like, okay, now you got to do this. Like you got to show me, how to do it. So just put your fingers where daddy's fingers are. So she's pinching it. And I'm like, we got to put your head back, right? And I can see like the little toilet paper's filling up. So I'm getting the next one ready. Yeah. And I'm, just tossing them in the toilet as we do it. So finally it looks like it's pretty much stopping. So then I do I'm dad, dude, right? So I just, I make the little torpedo tissue and like, boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, now just pinch it and hold it there so I can clean up this damn, looks like, one of like freak show scenes, right? So I'm cleaning that, get it all cleaned up. Then it's one of her like nice little shirts. So I'm there trying to scrub the shirt, and it was a damn catastrophe, bro.
Daddy daycare.
Oh,
damn, dude.
It was.
Well, we're glad
it was one of those ones where it's like you freak out with them, but you can't show that you're freaked out because like everything you do, they're about to read for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Right. So like if like she sees that I'm freaking out, because it's my princess, you know what I mean? I freaked out. I kept it internally, but it's like, it's just like, you're good. You're cool, and she was just, I could see in her little eyes, she's like, rescue me from whatever the hell's happening, and so it's just, damn, it was a moment.
All right, so we're gonna do a segment here that's probably gonna piss off some people because it's pissed off a whole shitload of people on X over the last couple of days.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Go on. Oh, no, it's not.
So,
no, it's not.
Harmeet Dillon puts this out on X. Alpha, I'm sure you've seen this, right?
I have not.
Oh,
I saw it on Brian.
Well, I saw that she did the post, but I was like, oh, she went to the gun range, and I just didn't look into it.
So she puts out this post, all right, and we're going to politely nitpick it. And she puts this up and says, "Not bad from 10 yards." Okay. And the gun community is relentless. Like, we are just the gun community, and I'm not going to say we, because I'm not necessarily in the gun community, but we gun aficionados are assholes, straight up. And she says 10 yards, not bad from 10 yards. And I mean, look, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drop shots. Not bad. Okay. I don't even know how many are center mass. But let's unpack this, because this will lead to the next segment. It's not like we're just going to sit here and rail on Harmeet Dillon. It's awesome to see an assistant attorney general, putting something like this out in the, the climate around the Second Amendment. It's a good thing.
But hold on, am I blind as shit? I'm seeing 2.
Leave it alone.
No, I'm only seeing 2.
You got one up here in the top left.
Oh, okay. I didn't see
one here, and then you jump down here. You got one here. Okay. Technically, these would still be gut shots, but
I really didn't see those. I only saw the 2 that were to the right, so that's why I was just like, I'm blind, or what the hell's going on? Okay.
So look, I'll tell you guys, when you watch how this shooting occurred, like, this wasn't rapid fire or anything like that. They should all be within the second shade of white here.
He's not a pro.
I understand that.
What was the controversy? I mean, what is the problem?
Let's see it. I want to
bragging about it. So here's the form.
She should brag about it. I support her on this.
I agree.
So do I. However, This is a. Oh, I'm not sharing the right screen, by the way. Here's the thing: when you're going to post like that and say not bad, then that's great. That's fine. But like put something like I'm going to keep working at it or whatever, because a lot of people will go to and I was a firearms instructor for 10 years. I've got numerous firearms certifications from Tom Givens to Masad Ayub. I've got a ton of like firearm certifications.
Did you say Masad?
Masad Ayub.
Okay.
M-A-S. I think it's M-A.
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
Oh, look him up. He's like one of the most renowned firearms instructors in the country.
It's one of JB's boys.
Yeah, buddy. So anyways, the point I'm making here is a lot of people will take that target and be like, not to brag, but that's pretty good. And then they won't train for a year, or they won't train for 6 months, or whatever the case might be. They also will, pat you on the back and you'll think, oh, everything's fine with this. I don't need to get better. I just need to get to this level and then I'm good. This is the one aspect I think where you need to be critical, and you need to have alligator skin if you're going to post something like that and get critiqued, because the form in these videos I'm about to show is atrocious.
She's not a competition shooter.
This is leading into the segment, Alpha.
The fact that, all those shots, with the exception of, I think, 3, all would have hit the body. Like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that she posted.
Yes.
Because
that's huge.
She ain't sitting there trying to say she's fucking perfect. She said not bad, which is true. And she's a fucking chick. I mean, come on, man.
No, I'm with you on that. Posting it is huge, because it shows other people like, hey, this is something that you might
want to get out and do. Yeah,
exactly. I agree. But again, Alpha, going back to your point about the not bad, it's not bad in the situation that they're in. This would never fly in an actual, fight or flight, gunfight situation. And here's the point. Let me play these videos. Okay. So you're seeing, very slow shots, 3 seconds between each shot or whatever. The one thing I will say, they have phenomenal grips. I don't know if you guys can see the grip, but whoever taught them the grip is freaking spot on. That is an excellent thumbs forward grip. The foot stance, I'm not too big of a fan on. This one's not as bad as the rest. This one's pretty bad.
Is that Harmeet?
I think this is.
Definitely indicates a lack of comfort.
Yes. Now,
leaning back.
That can't be how you train.
How do we know that's not the first time? Or even if it's the 5th time?
It could.
You know how many times you have to, and I think this goes men or women. You know how many times you have to shoot, especially when you know that there's a camera on recording you and there's someone there to monitor if you learn before you get comfortable? Like, that takes a long time.
And you probably
I'll be honest. I don't actually think I was comfortable with the pistol until I became a cop. I don't even think that the Marine Corps gives you enough pistol training.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
To be comfortable.
Unless you qual with pistol, and then you get a little bit more. But most Marines don't qual.
That's still not enough, though, man. You know what I mean? It's compared to what we do for rifles. It's not even the same universe. You know what I mean? But we'll strip a rifle down like a naked woman. Love it, do it with our eyes closed. There's comfort there. You can have an entire stadium look at a Marine snap in, and he's not even going to hesitate, because that's how comfortable we are with it. It's repetition. And I actually, I think the community coming after her for that is retarded. All you're going to do is deter that. You're going to. Now, when someone goes and shoots, you're going to hurt their confidence. That the community should come in and say, "Hey, good on you. Let's see what constant improvement on the next one. Let's get some less drops, get it on there. But good on you for doing that. Good shit on that. Like, be support, be motivating there. And then, you know, as the videos come in or the static photos come in, then be like, hey, you know, adjust your legs or work on your shoulders, you know, or, you know, stop, you know, like, start adding things. But I think someone, especially a government official, comes out and does that. I think we should be 100% supporting and behind that, especially a woman.
Or just leave it be. It's like we live now. Everybody's got a fucking comment and critique. Shut the fuck up.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell 99% of the guys that'll show their dog target and everything's on the X. I'll be like, all right, motherfucker, do that while I'm shooting at you now.
That's the point that I'm getting at. Is so if you look at the videos, they're being instructed here, and this is a separate video. We don't have to play it, but that's the stance that this instructor is witnessing, and they're okay with it. Weight on the back foot, front foot. I don't even know what, like, if that's like the Karate Kid, like, you know, the crane, front foot, like your toes up in the air. First off, they're also shooting with sandals, I think, which is a big no. Like, never go to a range, but that's just range safety shit.
Let a casing land on that toe.
Exactly.
Never do it again.
Piece of brass gets stuck in between your big toe and your middle toe, and yeah, you're screwed after that. But I think my critique is more on the instructor here for not.
I was going there, man. The instructor, nobody should be going after the person that's training. The instructor's the one fucking up. Tell her to do, if she's going to keep doing this in these videos, the instructor should not lose their job, but like, people should be shit on the instructor. Be like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you telling this woman to do this?
I agree.
Even that, you can't know the circumstance, you know, and the fear, you're working with somebody, and it's out of context. You just can't know.
I gotta agree with this on JB. It's out of context. Like, you don't know, maybe her meat was having a grip and sight picture issue. And listen, it's like, we're gonna
all of the women have fucked up stances though,
and then we'll work on because maybe you're working on that. It's like, hey, we're just gonna make sure you can hold the damn thing and shoot the damn thing and hit paper, and then because here's the thing, that could be a training thing too. It's like, all right, they don't have the proper stance yet, you know, but they got a good grip and they're getting their sights and they're hitting paper, and it's just like, all right, and they're happy, and now you work on the stance, and now all of a sudden you're not dropping rounds, and it's like, there's more confidence, and they're seeing like, hey, every time I, you know, adapt one of the things that I'm being trained on, I get better and better and better and better.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you want to do the stance first though? Because once you change the stance, it's going to change the way you shoot.
Exactly.
Like, obviously this is different for sports, but for sports, if you start off training, like as a young kid, whatever, you teach a kid the wrong way to start, they're going to be fucked up for life. They're never going to be able to excel at their sport because they're going to learn that muscle memory of the wrong way to stand.
I think that'd be dependent on trainer. There's probably trainers that'd be like, yeah, stance is more important. Other ones that'll be, you know, no grip and sight picture is more important. I think that would go on. I never did formal training, so I don't know, but I think that would just kind of fall on the trainers, how I would see that.
So typically, and again, this is the way that, not only the way that I did instruction for new shooters, but also for the way that that I was taught, you know, how to teach new shooters. You're going to start with the stance as one of the first things. Stance, and actually grip is probably the first thing, because you got to teach them how to, you know, not, and this is beyond safety. Safety is always the first thing. Teach them, you know, the 4 firing rules, you know, the 4 weapon safety rules, that kind of stuff. But then from there, you're teaching them how to handle the firearm, how to grip it properly, because a lot of people still think you do the hand on the bottom like this, and, you know, all sorts of crazy shit that I've seen. Yeah, sideways if you're in the hood, you know. Kill
That's
shot,
not learned though. You're born knowing how to shoot like that, bro. Depends on what area that the country you're born in, what side of the tracks you learn to shoot like this, or you learn to shoot properly.
But they, and to be fair, they all had great grips. They had the nice, good thumbs forward grips. You know, their arms, none of them really had their arms locked out. They all had their elbows slightly bent. That was great. But stance is one of the first things that you teach people. Now, granted, not every single time that you're in a gunfight are you going to be able to get like the perfect stance. Like, and I tell people this all the time. So you do want to practice all different stances. You want to practice, you know, what do they call it? The Weaver stance, where you're to the side. You know, you want to practice one hand, off hand, you know, left hand versus right. And this is more advanced stuff. But fundamentally, when you're getting started, you want to teach them the boxer stance, you know, with your feet a little more than shoulder width apart, your strong foot a little bit forward, weight on your front left foot. You know, if you're a righty, weight on your front left foot, teach them eye dominance. Like, do people even know? Well, and I don't know if they taught this or not, but this is something I can teach people real quick that are listening. If you do you guys all know your dominant eye? I know Alpha will for sure. Do you guys know how to tell what your dominant eye is?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys real quick. Take your hands and make them into a triangle. Very small triangle.
I know what you're doing here.
Very small triangle. No. Well, actually, somebody will clip this. Somebody will clip this. I don't give a fuck because this is how you teach eye dominance. So put your hands in a. Let's do a circle. Like, well, then that's getting into something completely different. Hold your arms, lock them out in front of you, and with both your eyes open, focus on something out in the future, out in the distance, and put it inside of that little hole. And now slowly pull your hands back to your face, and whatever eye your hand goes to, that's your dominant eye.
Okay.
So hold it out in a spot like that, like put something in the middle, and then slowly pull it back to your face, and that will tell you what your dominant eye is. Keep both eyes open. Damn. Okay, so most righties are going to be right eye dominant. I'm weird. I'm left eye dominant. I'm right-handed, but left eye dominant. But I trained myself through the Marine Corps to shoot, rifles with my right eye. I still aim with my right eye, which is crazy because you're not supposed to. But anyways.
Are you ambidextrous?
Nope. Nope. And I throw and hit right-handed, so I'm a righty through and through. But yeah. Anyways, the whole point in that was just to kind of get this conversation started, and I wanted to play like a little video that Alpha will probably have the most insight into. But I do want to play this to loosen everybody up a little bit here. There you go. Now that's some shooting right there. That's some shooting right there. So I'm going to play this clip here. And this is this guy, Kinetic Concepts on Facebook and X. I don't know if he's on X. I think he's on Facebook and YouTube. Does a lot of videos like on room clearing and that kind of stuff. And again, if you're still at Harmeet Dillon's level of experience, you're probably not going to have to worry too much about clearing a room. But there's a lot of people that are firearm aficionados, train like you fight. They're a little more advanced level. And so which of these three methods, and I want Alpha, don't you answer first. I want to get Cam and JB on this first. Although JB was in the Army, so he might, But all right, let's play this. Which method are you using to clear a room?
And the decision's been made to enter the room. Option 1. Option 2. Or option 3. When the decision's been made to enter the room. Option 1. Option 2. Or option 3.
One more time.
When the decision's been made to enter the room. Option 1. Option 2. Or option 3.
All right, Cam.
I said 3, but I was guessing 2 first, but I'll go with 3. The reason I said 2 is because you don't want to show the gun at all. The reason I said 3 was because you saw with the before he entered the room, he saw the corner. And then when he turned, he saw the other one. But
all right. I think Cam, go ahead, Alpha. What do you think?
300%, never 2. Never two.
Cool. I'm glad I went to 3 first then. Not first, but I'm glad I settled on 3 because I was like 2 maybe, and I was like, no, that seems like a bad idea because that's how you get shot. Because you just walk in, you don't even have it ready.
Right. Why 3 all the way?
You're clearing the majority of the room before you ever break the entry.
Yeah, that's exactly why I thought of it. One looked hilarious to me at first, to be honest. I was like, that seems like you're gonna get your hand shot.
So there's only one scenario where I would ever choose 2 Alpha, and that is if if there's somebody else in the room and it's like a get in there right now scenario, and you know that they're in the corner, you know, and I don't know how you would know that. Maybe you walked by, or you got some sort of idea that they're not front and center when you in your fatal front when you come through the door. That's the only way that 2 would ever be acceptable, and it's still not. It's absolutely stupid.
3 all the way. Okay.
3 all the way. You want to pie the room. It's called pieing the room, and you want to, before you break that threshold, you want to get as much eyes on as you possibly can. And by the way, if you are going to have to do 2 because you know that they're in the, they're on that side of the room and they're not in the fatal front, you never want to come in at full height, because if they're in that corner and they're locked on that door, they're going to be center mass up in terms of like predetermined aiming on there. So if you're going to come in there, you want to come in lower than where your center mass would be. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Would you agree or disagree on that, Alpha?
It depends too.
You're not wearing full battle rattle. You're not wearing armor. That changes a lot.
That changes everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I'm going in there and I'm civvies, then yeah, I'm gonna definitely do something that's different than what I think they're gonna anticipate. 100%.
Have you ever done 2, Alpha?
Have I ever? No, I've never done 2. No. We'll do. It changes up when you got more than one person too. You know what I mean? You get your sectors of fires. You'll breach together. But more, I would say 90% of the time in that situation, you're going to be going with 3. Or like I think it was Smaze that said it. Someone said it's throw a flashbang.
Well, I mean, those
things are wild.
I've thrown an incendiary grenade in there.
They make us experience those before we get to use them.
Well, so in the military, that's the rule: is you never enter the room without a flash or a bang. And the flash being a flashbang, the bang being a concussion grenade or a frag grenade or something along those lines. But yeah, definitely 3, pieing the room first, making sure that you get as much depth into that room before you actually put yourself, where you're vulnerable. Because once you cross that threshold, you're vulnerable from every position in that room, and you can only look at one part of the room. So
and they know where you're coming from too in the door.
There's situations where it's the anomaly, and this is where the level of confidence comes in with the tactical team, because when someone makes a decision, there's no time to be like, hey, I don't think so, or hey, listen, it's someone, your number 1, number 2 guy makes a decision and you just react. And we were doing an entry, and we knew that these were high threat targets. There was a gang injunction that we're doing, and we go to hit this house in the back. And by, all, hindsight, we were as covert and quiet as you could expect. Like, we did everything perfect by the book. There's no way this guy should have known that we were coming. And, when we hit multiple targets, all the teams are hitting at the same time. So this doesn't give someone to get on the phone and let everybody know. So all targets are being hit. And like I said, we did everything perfect. And I'm number 2 guy. And so as the guy's getting ready to breach, and number 2's first one into the door, because 1 is the guy that's carrying the battle ram. And as I'm looking I'm like right at the perfect angle at the window where, the blinds, you can see just enough.
Yeah.
And so as we get there and we're getting, lined up to make entry, I see the guy, and there's a sawed-off shotgun on the armrest of the couch against the wall, like right across from me. It's like it's right in my purview. And I see him getting up and running towards it. So we weren't set to make the breach yet. And so I just, I go breach. And, my guy, big old dude, right? He just hits that, boom. And we go in, not doing the clearing like we did, went straight at him and did the takedown. Now, let's just say that would have ended up in, a shooting, right? And one of us gets hit, or there's a second guy that's in there. We probably would have got very criticized on, well, why'd you go in like that and not do it the proper way? And in a lot of aspects, it'd be a fair argument to make. But in this situation, you have those milliseconds, and if he's going for the gun, then chances are that's probably the only gun that's in that room. But again, it's a gamble. You're still making a gamble. In that situation, it worked out good for us. because I'm getting to him right when he's putting his hands on it. And I'm like, I'll shoot your fucking head. You know what I mean? And, it happened without, any violence after that. But it's one of those situations where, like, that's the anomaly. You know what I mean? And that's just trust, man, because the guys coming in behind you, they're sweeping the room. Like they're still going to do, what they got to do, because they're looking for, the other threats, because you don't have time to say, hey, there's a guy going, you just don't.
Let me ask you a question, Alpha. Were you, how many of those situations had you been in beforehand? Do you feel like you were polished at that point? Like you've done it a couple times?
Yeah.
Would you have done it if it was your first or second time? That's my other question.
It's hard to say, because I had more entries as a Marine than probably ever as a cop. Like it just, I mean, shit, how many times you do that a day? Especially in the beginning part.
Over,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, it's just now that said, the majority of the entries I did as a Marine, it was probably like less than 5%, or actual ones that, had conflict attached to them. Like there's a huge, you could say, did, 10,000, but only maybe 100 yielded, like conflict. As a cop, when those entries, those numbers are different, man.
Well, the other big difference between being a cop versus a Marine is, as a Marine, we're going in to kill. Like we're going in and we know almost immediately. As a cop, you can't go in with that mindset necessarily, because you have to first identify them as a direct and immediate threat. In the Marines, by the time we're going into a situation like that, we're pretty damn sure that it's a direct threat. And if it's not, and you fuck up, nobody saw that.
Habit and can probably understand half of this that I'm going to say right now. So when I got on the tactical team with the gang unit, as point man, you have that big ass shield that you see in the movies that has the light and the glass, and then there's an arm part, right? So you got this big shield here, and then your arms in this little cutaway that's tucked there. So you got like massive coverage, right? And I would say like more than a third. No, that's I would say probably half, if not more than half. I would not deploy shield. I did not feel, because it's up to you. And I just didn't feel comfortable with it, because I revert back to us, as Marines. It's having that rifle, going in with that rifle. That felt like second nature to me. So even though I had less protection, that felt more comfortable to me than, using the shield. Now, there are some situations where, we anticipated like this guy's going to shoot, like he's going to shoot back at us. Sergeant didn't allow for discretion. He's like, nope, you're taking the shield. You know what I mean? Because look, we're all going to get behind that shield when shit starts happening, So you had that, but it's crazy, because we even have these soft shields. Like they're still, protect you, but you lose the ability of the window, because it's this one that drops. It's like a bunch of Kevlar that just folds down. But but no, man, it's just, I felt more comfortable without the shield than with the shield when we would do entries.
So Jess Coke in the chat said, went to Top Gun training. They always taught not to enter at full height if possible. Unless like Alpha, as soon as Alpha was kind of like, I knew he was thinking as a cop and not as, a civilian doing that. You don't want to do that with body armor. First and foremost, it's a lot heavier. With the adrenaline, your legs go weak. And the second you step into that room, if you lose your balance, you fall over and you're not stopping yourself from falling. Damn. So yeah, with armor, you don't want to do that. But if you don't have armor, then yeah, you want to get your ass in there and do it that way. The other thing about this is that situation we just presented, as a civilian, you should never be doing that unless there's something in that room that you absolutely need, like your kid or, a loved one, right? Yeah. Somebody else that's a direct threat, right? Like there ain't nothing to go in that room for and risk that unless it's something that you immediately, and that complicates the shit out of that situation. Yeah. If they've got somebody in there with them. So
yeah, I'm calling the pros if I'm in that situation.
Another scenario, man.
You know what we should do for next week, Alpha? You and me. You don't have stairs in your house? Damn, I was gonna say we should make a video on
not bougie yet.
Just break into someone else's house, bro.
I'm not bougie at all.
Just go shoot at someone else's house.
But I do unfortunately live in a 2-story house, and I was saying we should both make videos on clearing stairs, both up and down, and see how we overlap in doing that. But since
I'll tell you what, mine will be different because I actually had to abandon some of the ways we did it in the Marines, because it just wasn't functional as a cop. You know what I mean? And because the other thing too is in the Marine Corps, at minimum, you're gonna have 3 people with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? At minimum. In law enforcement, sometimes you're by yourself.
Yep.
You know, so you do have to, you know, adapt to these things. You know, I'll tell you what, man, 3-story apartment complexes. You know, I'll share a story with you guys. And it, you know, spoiler alert, uneventful, didn't turn out to a shooting. So just want to make sure everybody aware of that. We have to land a target, right? It's because we know that this is a bad gang, dude. It's JB, Cam, it's one of your types of peeps. So you know,
damn.
So we know.
Hey man, I don't fuck with the IDF like him, man. What you talking about, bro?
So we know that the propensity for violence is just going to be higher, right? Like, let's just be honest. And and on top of that, the apartment complex is called Rosa Parks, right? So
don't come up in Rosa Parks like that, bro. Come on now.
I'm just saying. So, you know,
was it on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard?
It wasn't. It was in an area known as Gateway. It's the Gateway Posse Crips. It was a Crip gang member.
Oh,
and
Snoop Dogg was there.
It's you know, I think when these people engineer these apartments for the projects, I think there's like this little hidden, like, I know this is gonna be like a death trap, you know, like I'm gonna design this for the ultimate death trap for law enforcement, because that's essentially what this design was. You know, there's, you know, you come in and then the entire complex is looking in at you, and your avenue is, there's only 2 ways into that neighborhood as it is to begin with. But we had to land them, and we couldn't do it any other way. We couldn't do it through, you know, you try bird, try helicopter, we just couldn't land it. So we knew one of us is going to have to go in there and physically, you know, land that person. And so I got mental issues, so I volunteer. And you know, but here's where it gets uncomfortable. Remember, you're not going in with the uniform, right? Where people know, you know, back off, don't do nothing. No, like you're going in there looking like one of the Mexican homies, right? And in a projects where it's pretty much 98%, you know, the darker shade of brown. And I go in there, and you can't have a vest. Like, you have zero protection, you know. And so I have the wired AirPods. This is how long ago it was. And I'm in there. I got the hoodie pulled over, and I'm just acting like I'm talking to a chick on the phone. And sure as shit, you start getting the guys come out. You start getting the whistle calls. You know, people want to know what's up.
Who's this?
Yeah, they do. You know, and you hit them up and just like, nah, you know, I'm waiting for so and so, and you better make sure that so and so lives there, or, you know, shit's gonna go sideways. I mean, we have a safe word, you know, once, because there's a cop that's on the phone with me, and if I say something, they're gonna come in. But I mean, a whole lot of shit can go wrong. I remember, man, my armpits, because I had a hoodie, but my t-shirt armpits, bro, shit, dude, drenched, dude. I was stressed on that one, because everybody has a gun in there. Like, I would see guys come out and they had a gun, and that's not uncommon. Like, I made a note, and I'm just like, hey, Mark 13 down, you know, BMA, you know, this and this for guns, so we can come get him later, you know. But it was some stressful times, man. But then it was the rush. Like, once you landed it and you got the guy and you got in the car, you're just like, let's go get some pizza.
King Alpha at that point.
All right, Alpha, are you an adrenaline freak?
You know, yes and no. Like, I won't always seek it out, but once it happens, I do enjoy it. You know, but you know, it age and maturity. You know, that's a lot. You know, as I was interviewing Jay Gatling on Saturday on People.
That was a great interview, by the way. Sorry to cut you off, but people need to go watch it if they haven't seen it. That dude is That's a hero right there, man. That's a hero. I'll say it right now. He's a hero, man.
100%, man. And we're talking about a story where again and it was within my first 3 or 5 years, and I'm in a foot pursuit, stolen vehicle, gang member. We're jumping fences, and this is after I realized I don't have my radio. It disconnected on me, and I can hear the sirens of all my partners, but they don't know where I'm at. Well, you're committed. Like, hell no. This dude ran. I'm gonna catch him, and then probably gonna be an ass whooping at the end of this, right? Like, that's your mentality. You go and you get 13-year, 14-year me on that. Dude jumps out the car and he's running to the neighborhood. It's just like, Spanish male, blue hoodie. Let's start setting up that perimeter, fellas. Let's set up the perimeter. We're gonna be here about 30 minutes. We're gonna wait for the bird to come in, and then we'll go in as a team and we'll find them hiding under one of the sheds or something like that. It's
Murtaugh shit.
I'm
too old for this shit.
You're just like, you start realizing, man, like, that's a lot. Like CannCon was saying, even with all the heavy gear on, just the Sam Brown and the radios and the ammunition and the soft vest and all that, jumping a fence, like that takes a toll on your body, man. It beats you up.
Let's play this video here. Somebody had sent me this last week. I didn't get a chance to play it in time. It might have been Smay actually in the chat that sent this, but I have never wanted to own a Kel-Tec. So full disclosure, I love the Kel-Tec sub 2000s. I don't own one, but I really want one just as like a bug out gun. For those that don't know, it's like a 9mm that or a 40 that can be broken down to like an 18-inch square. It's pretty badass for what it is. And they used to be relatively cheap. Now they're like $700-800. They used to be like $300 or $400. But check out this commercial that they put out. Now, it's obviously not on television, but this is the ad that Kel-Tec is putting out for their new, I think it's the MP50, I think it's called. Bro, who you think they're trying to appeal to there, Alpha?
Man, I've never owned one, never shot one. I remember the very first time I even mentioned a Kel-Tec, I about got the shit kicked out of me by everybody in the locker room.
And you should. And you should.
Because I didn't grow up around guns. The guns that my cousins had, they didn't talk about them because the shit was hitting because they weren't supposed to have them. You know what I mean?
High points.
Yeah, high points and shit like that. Yeah. And so my first exposure to firearms, like legitimate, wasn't until the Marine Corps. I went out, probably 12, 13 with a couple like the old football team buddies to, go hunting with 22s. But other than that, I didn't really get my exposure to the military. So I didn't know a whole lot about guns until the military and law enforcement. And then, like I said, the first time I mentioned Caltech, it was like, it is like asking for a Bud Light a couple of years ago with the Mulvaney stuff, right? It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? You like penis in your mouth, boy? You're like, no, I just like Caltech, man. It's a Caltech. So that already kind of created the picture for me, and I was like, yeah, never going to talk about that again. That was a learning experience. So, but those things look cool.
Caltech does actually make a pretty decent. It's been so long since I've seen one. I'm trying to remember the shotgun. They make a semi-auto shotgun that's pretty badass. I can't remember what the fuck it was called.
It says KSG and a KS7, maybe one of those two.
I think it's the KSG. Let me look it up. But that's the MP50. The P50 is what you can get civilian. The MP50's got select fire. It is. Come on, why is this taking so long? No, it is the KSG, and it's pump action. I thought they made a semi-auto version though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the 7. That's the semi-auto version. Anyways, had a nice little gun segment there. We haven't talked about guns too much on this show, and that's
not really at all.
Kind of a manly thing. So,
JB, do you have a gun that you prefer?
No.
Are you not a gun guy, JB? You don't like guns?
No, I'm okay with it. But, my wife is freaky about shit. And so, yeah.
I bought my wife, her first gun that I ever bought for her was a Ruger LP9. And then eventually got her a Glock 19. That was too big for her, so I got her a Glock 43, and I took the Glock 19. And now I pretty much carry all the guns. So I just have like 10 guns around my waist everywhere I go, and just carry them all. Because you got to have them all, man. You got to have a backup gun to the backup gun to the backup gun. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy,
Kudak says gun like Pokemon.
Yeah, I have the sub 2000 and 9mm. They have it in 10mm now. Damn. Awesome tool, fits in the center console of my RAM.
Well, RAM center console is like a fucking gun case. Certain RAMs.
Yeah, my wife tried to bring a loaded Glock 19 magazine through TSA one time.
Oh,
yeah.
You forgot, obviously, right?
Oh.
Yeah, she forgot it was in her purse, and TSA guy was like, "Is there a reason you have a magazine in your purse?" And she's like, "To read on the airplane." And the guy's like, No, like a loaded gun magazine. And she's like freaked out. And like they had to like do the pat down and everything. And they're like, we have to take you back to a room. And I was like, okay. And I was walking with her and they're like, you can't go. And I was like, you're not taking her without me. And they're like, okay, we can do it out here. And so they like, did like this whole like crazy pat down. And the funniest part is the people we were traveling with as we're going through, she gets like the pre-clear and we all had to go through the normal clear. And we're like, oh, how did that fucking work out, Mr. Pre-Clear? Anyways. Where did Alpha go? Maybe another nosebleed. All right, let's get into the shenanigans of the show. And I've got a whole bunch to go through, but Cam, I'll let you because I've dominated everything today, so I'll give it over to you.
I was trying to find this one clip. Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, pull it up.
It's 2 minutes, but I'm trying to cut to the part. You go first because I'm trying to find the part. All
right. Well, I got two there pretty quick on why women live longer than men.
There's a couple things you're gonna need to know when you're on a farm. A couple safety tips, like if you come to this fence over here. This one. Fuck! It's electric. You're not supposed to touch it. Don't touch it because it's electrified. Why did you say that? I was getting into it and you grabbed the fence. I pointed at the fence. The fence can't be that bad. It's electrocuted. It's electric. He's just from New Zealand. He's a pussy. No, it keeps the cows in. You think I'm not tougher than a cow? Yes. Cowbunga, baby. That's for bulls, actually. Bull fence.
Our bunker, baby.
Got a bad current. Let me try again.
Don't try again.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Look, we're gonna go.
Woo! Bro, it's a fucking rush. Try it again, Jimmy. Try it again. Don't stop fucking rush. It's a fucking rush, eh?
I don't know.
No, yep.
I'm not sure.
Woo!
Oh my lord.
Fucking retarded.
Yep. Fucking retarded.
That is one of the reasons why women live longer than men. Here is the second reason.
Don't drink that. Leave that there. All right, guys. So I learned about how to find out how you have a UTI. So I peed in the cup.
Wait.
And then when I dip this in, what? This is the new thing for. Did you drink it? I told you not to drink it. You just don't listen. I told you not to drink it. Don't throw up. It's apple juice. It's a joke. It's apple juice.
I was about to say, why are you putting piss in the fridge, lady? Not labeling it.
Well, she said you have to mix it with apple juice to tell. I guess I don't know if that's how that works or not.
You can't mistake apple juice for piss.
If it's mixed, you can. I mean, he made that look like.
That's got that. I hope that's fake because they're nasty, man. That's nasty.
How long has this apple juice been sitting here?
So I moved it up to 1.25 speed, but this what you said about Christy reminded me of this.
Oh, fuck, world going crazy. I know it's crazy. I got caught up in the crazy. The fuck am I doing at the airport with a goddamn pistol? I'm not supposed to be doing shows and shit. That was a mistake. I had too much luggage, too many guns. My motherfucking bad. At least my nigga friends understood. My white friends didn't understand at all. That motherfucker, what? He had a gun. Niggas like, yeah. Nigga better. White people like, but it was stolen. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot a nigga with that gun. Got a bullshit in that. Bam, bam. There's the evidence. Come find me. Fucked up part about it was the TSA person was cool. It was a nigga. He like 24. He a fan. He talking all professional and shit. And then I just heard the nigga just come out of him and scare both of us. And he was just like, yeah, man, I watch Wild Now all the time, man. Nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Nigga, what are you talking about? Nigga, it's a gun in this bag. Nigga, I don't even have a bag. What the fuck is you? I hate bags, nigga. I hate them. I don't even like them under my eyes, nigga. My niggas will tell you I hate a bag.
That's good enough for that one. But when you said that about Christy, I was like, if Christy would have realized it was in there, she would have been funny enough to say that. But maybe not the nigga.
It ain't my bag. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even like bags. Not even under my eyes.
Oh man. So I got this video here. I don't know if you guys have seen this AI baby shit. Comedians.
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
This is fucking
hilarious.
Here we go. These are AI babies telling jokes, I guess, about being a baby.
It's a real routine, though, right?
What's that?
It's a real routine. They're just using the baby.
These are all jokes from a baby's perspective. So it's like, yes, it's like AI wrote jokes. If a baby could tell jokes, this is what the baby's jokes would be, and they dubbed in babies telling the jokes.
I didn't know that.
Breastfeeding is weird as hell, bro. I mean, my food comes out of my mom. What is that all about? Like, is she supposed to be my parent or my fucking friend? My mom said I have to start potty training. I'm like, excuse me? You want me to go to another room and sit on a cold seat instead of shitting comfortably in bed? Are you fucking serious? Someone asked me what I want to be when I grow up. I'm like, never mind what I'm going to be. I still haven't figured out what I am right fucking now. Mom keeps wrapping me in blankets, so I'm thinking of some kind of burrito maybe. Mom says I have to eat my vegetables if I want to get big. I'm like, oh yeah, Mom? I have to eat my vegetables to do that? You sure? So I know for a fact your ass didn't get that big eating no motherfucking vegetables. I said a swear word, and my dad threatened to wash my mouth out with soap if I say it again. I'm like, do what you gotta do, Dad. Just promise me you won't use the same bar of soap that you wash your fat fucking ass with. I had a rough night nursing last night. It's like I have no self-control, you know? I keep telling myself, it's fine. I'll just get a little tipsy. But I know it. I'm totally fucking tit-faced, bro. Grown-ups always tell kids not to play with our food. But my food is boobs. So how come my dad can play with my food, but not me? Like, how is that fucking fair? Who the fuck came out with pacifiers? Like, bro, I'm crying because I want to suck on a boob, not some fake rubber nipple. You want to pacify me? Then get the milk cord out, because baby wants boobies. I'm what they call an iPad kid, so while other kids get bedtime stories, I've got autoplay. And my lullaby is just YouTube asking me if I'm still watching. My first word wasn't mama, it was skip it. I just got baptized and I don't know what that means. But all I know is at one point some old guy in white robe tried to goddamn drown me. Like, what the hell was that all about? Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and wonder who shit my diaper. There's no poop there when I went to sleep. Was it you, Dad? Did you do it? I'm watching you, man. Mom says I'm the reason she drinks. Well, you know what, Mom? Sometimes I wish you drank me instead of all the siblings I don't have, so I would have had to see you drunk off your ass every night. I was born last year, and the first thing I remember is a doctor flipping me over and smacking me on my butt. Like, what the hell did I do, bro? Why are you spanking me already? I just got here.
Oh, that's great.
Not bad.
Oh my gosh. AI is going to cancel every job. You won't need jobs anymore. There's no job. Like, what's funnier than a comedian? You know, like, what was that guy that we were watching last week that makes fun of everybody? You know, that got canceled in Minnesota. Like, you don't need that guy anymore. You just it's way better to watch AI babies making AI generated jokes about crazy shit that we would never expect to come out of a baby's mouth. But we're like, holy shit, that's the perspective of a baby.
Yeah, I think the only thing that'll last through this is live stuff. So like crowd work, stuff like that. But the thing is, all the people that have like regular sets that they go around doing the same set like every show, that's just gonna get washed out, man.
Yep. What you got here?
All right. So this one, it'll be kind of hard to see what she writes, but I'll break it down for you, and you can see in the comments.
You was writing. What did you write all by yourself?
I write with this.
What does it say?
It says, I love my daddy.
It says, I love my daddy. Oh my God. I love my daddy.
Nigga.
You wrote that all by yourself? Amazing. Good job. I love my daddy. Honey, you was writing.
She literally just wrote nigga in huge letters. I love my daddy. I got a short one for you, Brian. It's for everybody, but I figured Brian would like this one. It says, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but
I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but the whole thing about us living in a simulation, whoever picked me as their video game character needs to step it the fuck up. All right, I got no money, I got no career, my nose is stuffy, the weather sucks. Put in some fucking cheat codes, man. God damn. I don't want to sound like.
I think Jackie sent me that one. Oh man,
like, help a nigga out. Damn.
Right?
All right, these next two are quick, but you better not fucking laugh.
Oh, you asshole.
Come on, swing on them. Have a pint. Swing. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Swing on them. Come on, Big Lou. Get him, Big Lou. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, that's all Lou. You know what I'm saying? That like damn stuff. And somebody get up. Let him get up. Have a pint. Oh, no. Swing
that's
on
your
him.
ass.
Let him get up. Get up. Get up, Big Lou. Get up. You need some help getting up here. He got to. All right, come on. Somebody get the swing. Y'all are like some chicken nuggets out there. Get the swing. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. He can't get you anyway. Don't run, though. Come on, man. Y'all playing like, oh, Lordy, them football track. Oh, Lord. Hey, get up, Big Lou. Come on. Swing. Oh, he's rolling away. Whoop him. Whoop him, Big Lou.
What in the
They're having
fuck?
fun, man. They were smiling.
All right, now this one you better not fucking laugh. You better not laugh.
Don't tell me what to do.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, girl. Oh. No. Brian, no.
We're all going to hell. We're all going to
You need a
hell.
new algorithm. Start your
Just
computer.
accept it. No, that you know what that is? That's my phone listening to Y Chromes and listening to Alpha. That's what that is. That's what that is. That is pure alpha right there.
He knew it was coming. That's why he ducked out, man.
Absolutely.
This dude, it says, I don't even know what TS stands for, but you only the things.
The shit.
I don't know any of that stuff. I'm an old man at heart.
I know.
The things you witness or the things you only witness at 3 a.m.
Hickory dickory dock. Some horny chick was sucking my cock. Oh.
Who the fuck is
on the
drunk?
boardwalk. No, he's just on the boardwalk playing music. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. It's probably on some drugs.
All right. Before we get into rants, I
got one
going.
more if you want.
Jackie says, "Tell your phone to refresh the algo." All right, we'll do this one, and then I'll close out with one before we get into. I don't even know if we have rants, but go ahead.
Probably not. I can't take this guy anywhere.
Babe, what are you looking at?
Reese's new slogan.
And what does it say?
It's a good one. It's a great slogan.
I'll let it play one more time so people can see it, and I'll pause it.
Reese's new slogan.
And what does it say?
It's a good one.
That's on Reese's, man. The best hiding place is in your mouth.
I mean, it's the Reese's eggs, man. You got to
So
hide.
what the fuck was Reese's thinking? Nasty ass.
They got us talking about it, bro. You ever notice? Like, I fucking love Reese's, man. That is like, Reese's are my favorite candy by far. You ever notice that like the holiday Reese's are infinitely better than the peanut butter cups?
Yeah.
Like the eggs, the Christmas trees. Yes.
Yeah.
Like way better. And why is that?
I don't know, man. I know why. Because I bet you it's because like on Easter and stuff like that, Reese's candies are everywhere. So kids get them that don't normally get candy. So then they get them at that time. They're like, I love Reese's. So then they want them throughout the year. So then they'll go back and get the other ones.
There's only two things I can think of. One is it's either fresher because it's a holiday release. And so they're made, so they're like the orange package could be out there forever. Maybe. But I think the real reason, I think it's the ratio of peanut butter to chocolate. I think that's what it is, because the shape is like almost predominantly peanut butter with, the outside of chocolate. And so you get like a better ratio. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
That makes sense. Because the cups have more chocolate for sure. They're like just a little bit of peanut butter in the middle.
Well, all right. This will be the last one. Then we'll get out of here. Let the girls come on. But this is just one of those things. I played a video similar to this a while ago, but this is the opposite of this video right here. This is what you hope for as a man.
He fucking did it. He's
looking around like he's like, who saw that? Come on. I know you all motherfuckers saw that. Somebody give me a fucking high five. High five, bro. High fucking five. Do you remember the one I played a while back? Like maybe a year ago, where the guy was like literally taking them out of the bag when his wife put them in. He was taking them out of the bag and then handing them to her again. And she was looking at him and going, no, and putting them away. And he'd take another one out of the bag, give it to her, and she'd go, no, and put it away. Remember that video? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what's up, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. You got Alphas Make Sandwiches coming up here very shortly. And of course, you know, after the Gandalf video, we got to play the Tiny Bright soft disclosure ad to let us out of here. Because that's Frodo.
I love that. Great ad.
Yes, it is. All right, gentlemen. Thank you guys so much as always. Alpha had his internet went down as well. So daughter's okay. Everything's fine there. He texted me and said my internet just went down. So it is what it is. We'll miss you, bro. We'll miss you. I'm used to you not showing up. Just kidding. Nah, I love that kid. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Legend says, on St. Patrick's Day, a beard without oil is just a chin with ambition. But a beard with soft disclosure beard oil, that's true treasure. Spiced vanilla, naked, smooth as a leprechaun's getaway plan. Soft enough to impress your barber, bold enough to confuse a baby goat. And this boar bristle brush tames your beard like it holds the crown coin. Every bottle is American made, which means when you buy Soft Disclosure, you're supporting 6 American small businesses. That's not luck, that's capitalism with cheekbones. And while you're at it, try our mint green deodorant, because even legends need fresh pits. Soft Disclosure, go for gold. Visit softdisclosure.com and use promo code TINYBRIGHT for 15% off.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Promo code does not apply to bundle discounts.